Hey folks, this is Gray here, and today we're going to be going over the Rhino Rescue Mini First Aid Kit, which comes in a case like this, which is supposed to be waterproof. We'll show that if it is. Trying to make sure, yep, there we go. We finally got it into focus there. Anyways, so we're going to go over that kit. I'm not going to spend too much time here jabbering off at the jaw. We're going to go back there. We're going to open it up, see what's inside of it, talk about it a little bit. Hopefully the video doesn't go too long, but we're going to pull everything out, see what you have, and see if it's worth 23 bucks. To me, that's a pretty decent deal for a first aid kit, depending on what's in it. So that would be the tall tale. And I guess let's go check it out. All right, folks, so let's take a look at this mini Rhino, little kind of like a ouchie boo-boo kit, first aid kit. They say it's waterproof. We can go ahead and test that. And those are the results of that waterproof test there. You got yourself a little clip here, and it's kind of like a little cheapy clip, but hey, a clip is a clip. You could always add your own to it. Let's kind of open this thing up and see what it looks like on the inside, and see how I like the clamshell design of anytime there's a first aid kit. I like the clamshell design just because it's easy to access thing. So it looks like they have a zippered pouch here and a couple other pouches here. But let's take everything out of this piece by piece, go over it. And my apologies in advance if it's a long video, but I like to be thorough because if someone's going to spend any money on something like this, and I'll be upfront about it. I think this thing, before any discounts or anything like that, sells for about 23 bucks. So you be the judge if you feel that this is a kit because of the case and the contents, if it's worth $23 to you. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to start in this top pouch here, and we'll just pull things out. Let's start in the top pouch, and what do we have here? So we have an instant ice pack, which can come in handy for a lot of different things. I like the aspect of it's very compact, has directions on how to use it, and when to use it. Even in a situation where someone's kind of being a little bit overheated, this has come in handy in the past, for me at least, using something like this. What do we have here? These are some plastic tweezers. Personally, if I was gonna use this and keep this out, I would probably use something more. I would put a better set of tweezers in here. I'm gonna go ahead and open this up. I want to take a look at them. Just want to see how durable they are. You can see that there. They're kind of a, I don't know. I just like metal tweezers. These might have a better purpose for them if you have like what's in here and whatnot. I think that's just to kind of keep it from closing too hard. I don't know if you guys can see that on there. Yeah, that makes it a little bit better. But I would probably put like a metal tweezers in there. Something I would replace out of this unit. A little first aid manual. I haven't seen too many kits come with a first aid manual. Let's kind of look through that pretty quick. I like that it has graphics. And it explains things on here. That's cool. Yeah. Burns, scalding. I like that. A nice little first aid manual to come with the kit. All right, let's go back here and see what else we got in here. This looks like a pair of trauma shears. And let's go ahead and open those up as well. I just kind of want to take a closer look at them. Looks like it has their logo on there. They feel pretty good. I haven't cut anything with it, but like I said, this is kind of like a first look. Let me know your thoughts there. I like that it has a blunt edge on there to kind of get under the clothing if you're going to use that. And worst case scenario, if it's a 1 or 2 time shot with this, at least you have them, in an emergency. It is metal. It's not as bendy as some of the cheap ones that I found on Amazon, so not bad at all. Trying to see if it has any other markings on there, but it looks good. Some gloves. Gloves are always nice to have, especially in a kit, just because of the fact that you want to protect yourself and your patient, whoever you're working on. I'm trying to see what type of gloves they look like. Look like vinyl gloves, I think. Yeah, latex free. So these are some vinyl gloves. Some people have latex allergies. Make sure if you check those gloves, and they're ones that fit you. Make sure you place them with a pair of gloves that that actually do fit you. What else is back here? We have a dry burn dressing. That's kind of nice. I'm just kind of reading through it as I'm going through here. Multiple languages. And there's different types of burn dressings. Just be familiarized. These are like, I'm not going to go too detailed because I'd be here for an hour, but burn dressings are always handy. Be it if you're in the kitchen or you're at a campfire, you're camping or something like that, it's always good to have something like this. And if this is a waterproof case, this would be nice to have, you know, in camping or a car kit or something like that for small emergencies and whatnot. We got antiseptic swabs. I'm gonna make sure that that's everything in here. These are kind of like your, let me see, antiseptic swabs. Sting relief. Oh, that's nice in case you get, well, here in Florida, that would come in very, very handy. Alcohol prep pads. Just make it through all there. So you have just several different there. You got several different variations of pads. These come in handy for all sorts of things, folks. Outside of just for medical purposes and bandages and whatnot and kind of keeping things where they go. I like safety pins. They're very versatile for a lot of different things. All right, so this is like a safety whistle. I guess if you're in a position where you're trying to draw attention to yourself and your patient, you can just kind of put this on your mouth or throw it on your keychain, either way. But I would keep it in the kit if you're going to use it for this purposes. Basically, it's going to be a little safety whistle so you can draw attention to yourself and have other people, hey, you know, call 911 in that kind of scenario. A couple things of burn gel. And again, that would come in handy again in general with the, where's that ad? I just saw it. There it is, the dry burn dressing. So you have a couple of different things you can do there depending on the burn itself. Just make sure you know how to treat a burn. Like I said, I'm not going to go into these details, but if you're going to use anything in a first aid kit, make sure you know how to use the gear that's inside there. Educate yourself so that it becomes in handy so that when an emergency arises, you're not freaking out and you know how to use what's inside these kits. And we'll access this pouch here. This one's pretty packed in with a lot of different stuff. And that's the only thing. Sometimes when they're packed too tight, it makes it a little bit harder to get things out. But I'll be honest with you folks, having something is better than having nothing. And like I said, 23 bucks so far. It's coming out to be a pretty good deal. We got a triangular bandage in there. Looks like your standard. Got a couple more safety pins in there to kind of put it all together. It's nice to have one of those. You even see those in the larger first aid kits. And this is a mini kit, so nice to have that in there as well. And I'm trying to see if there's more than one in there. Or is this just a big one? Let's kind of bring that up to the camera. Rescue. Oh, that's a large one. Not bad. I don't want to pull it all out there because they're a pain in the butt to put it back in there, so I'm going to keep that in its little packaging. Hypothermia, shock, you know, and the list goes on. Signaling, there's lots of different purposes for an emergency blanket. Everyone should have one. And your EDC kits, your car, your vehicles, your purse, whatever you got. I think having at least one decent quality emergency blanket, everyone should have these. They're very affordable, and you can kind of put them just about anywhere. And we're going to go over my EDC gear. I'm updating it for 2024, and in January, I'm going to show you guys some really cool stuff because you guys know I'm big into the whole medical scene when it comes to emergency preparedness because it's usually lackluster, and a lot of people kind of put it to the wayside outside of your normal like food and water and stuff like that. So having emergency gear is important, but these blankets can definitely come in very handy. So we got here is wound plasters, and kind of open it up and let's kind of, this one we can kind of like go through it, kind of see the bandages in there. Basically Band-Aids, if that makes any sense, versus like a gauze. So you got a bunch of Band-Aids in there for the owies and boo-boos, different sizes, which is always good to have a variety when it comes to Band-Aids because you just never know what's going to present itself if it's a small wound closure or larger wound closure. Nice to have a variety pack in there. So you got two of those, which is always nice. The more bandages or gauze you can kind of say, because this, I guess they would consider this, I don't know if it's going to say it specifically what it is, but it's an elastic version, so it kind of stretches. This is going to be a CPR face shield. Some people, if it's a stranger, I can see using something like this, but if it's a family member, you know, dad, mom, uncle, aunt, kids or whatnot, I would bypass this, but in a stranger, you kind of want to protect yourself. Let's kind of open it up and see how it is. There we go. You're going to see that's going to be inserted in the mouth, or this is going to be, yeah, inserted in the mouth. It actually tells you how to do it perfectly right there with the instructions. And then you're kind of going to give that person CPR, if you know how to give CPR. And like I said, this is a small kit just for small emergencies that happen to rise, you know, because this is kind of a one and done thing here. Some people may reuse these. I personally wouldn't. I would replace it once I use it. So we got 4 of these in this kit here, and they're 5 centimeters by 5 centimeters, and it looks like 2 pieces per kit. That's the med tape there, small roll of that. Not too bad. Probably gives you the size of it here somewhere. There we go, 2.5 centimeters by 5 meters. And you can convert that, of course, 5 meters is, about 15 feet there. So plenty of that to go around. Again, better to have than not have, right? So it looks like you get 4 of these here as well. So not bad at all. So you got some large ones, you got some small ones, depending on what it calls for. Not too bad. Go ahead and put that to the side. Oh, I don't know if you guys can tell what this is. If you are ever hiking or doing anything crazy out in the woods, moleskin. Moleskin could come in handy. You get a nasty blister or something like that. This is going to make life much better. You could also use, in worst case scenarios, you can use duct tape. But moleskin does work very, very well. I'm trying to look at the quality. It looks like they have like these little ones that you can kind of peel out of there. Like they're cut for like different sizes or whatnot. I don't know if you guys can see that in there. There's kind of perforations or whatnot. So when you pull it off, like I say, that's a little thing there. But so it kind of gives you an idea. But I'm telling you folks, if you're ever hiking, foot care is huge. A lot of people forget about the feet. But it's nice to have, they have some moleskin in there. Looks like we also have some cotton swabs. Basically, maybe if there's you got something, some sort of medication you want to apply or something like that. If you're just trying to wipe a small cut or something like that, you can use this as well. But if you had, like, let's say you want to throw a little bottle of iodine or something else in there where you can dab this and kind of, cleanse the wound or something like that, that would be optimal, right? And I'm assuming the reason they don't have medicines in something like this is because, over time, certain medicines will go, they won't be as effective. And I'm just making sure I haven't missed anything in any of these little things here. And, in my eyes, maybe they could have, like, layered this kind of like how they did this a little bit, reverse the zipper. But I get they're just trying to keep everything nice and compact. And that's going to be everything inside the mini Rhino. They have larger ones. They have all kinds of kits on their website. I'll put all the links in the description so you guys can check that stuff out if you choose to do so. The only thing I would say is I thought initially that this was going to be like a little handle or something like that. That might have been nice if they could have like just a small little handle on top of here just to grab it and go like a handle. I guess people could, hold it that way, but sometimes just having a small handle. But that's just nitpicking, to be honest with you. But again, this is from Rhino Rescue. Check out the company. Let me know what you think down in the comments in regards to what you got in here. Let's go ahead and back this camera out a bit. All right, so you can kind of see everything laid out that was in this mini kit. Again, I think it's not bad for, like I said, about 23 bucks. If you're interested in something like that, I'll put the links again down in the description. One thing I did want to mention is, like I said, there's a couple of things that I would probably switch out, and a couple of things I may add in there. But depending on your situation, because everybody's situation is different somewhat, depending on where you live and whatnot, you might want to add or subtract things, given the space that's allotted inside this small case, or maybe upgrade to something a little bit bigger. But all in all, I think for what you get for the price is not too bad. I'm assuming you can go to a bunch of different stores and buy all these different things and put your own kit together, and you may be able to save a couple of bucks. I don't know if you can find a little waterproof kit. Maybe you guys can, think outside the box and whatnot. But, great for, like I said, something like camping and whatnot. But I think this is a pretty solid, a little, put together in regards to, a first aid kit. Some people may add, like, let's say some couple medicines like Dramamine, some Advil, smaller things like that you can easily pack in here without making it, too complicated. But all in all, I think it's a good kit. I'm really curious to get your opinion on what you think of the kit and everything that comes with it. What would you add? What would you subtract, if anything? What are your thoughts? And put those down in the comments, and I will converse with you in there. All right, folks, so that is the Rhino Rescue Mini First Aid Kit. And to me, something like this would be great for camping, in the vehicle, any type of outdoors activity. Having some sort of first aid kit to me is very, very an essential thing to have, just because you never know what's going to happen, be it outside, be it camping, be it just going on a hike in the woods. And I like the fact that the case is waterproof because here in Florida, it rains a lot. So again, like I said, you could possibly put something together, maybe a little bit cheaper, going and buying all the individual parts. If someone out there wants to give it a try and, write all the things down that we talked about, as well as a, waterproof case and whatnot, let me know what you come up with and what price point. Share it with the community and let us know. Other than that, if you guys are interested in something like this or interested in their larger products, they have a bunch of different things. Maybe I'll end up working with them a little bit more, and they'll send me some other options that I can kind of review for you guys, and you guys can check them out before actually making a purchase if you choose to do so. Never feel that you have to be inclined to purchase anything that I review. I, get these things shipped to me from these companies, and whenever I see medical stuff, I'm always interested to see how well the company put something together, how they put it together, and what they put inside these kits. I have some that I prefer, and eventually here in 2024, I got a lot of different things I'll be going over with you folks. And this is my last video before Christmas, so I want to wish everyone out there in YouTube land, family, friends, community members, anybody that comes across this video, happy Merry Christmas. Does that make sense? I want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas for 2023. We're moving into 2024, and things look a little crazy. So, folks, please stay prepared. Now I'm just rambling. But anyways, folks, love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and God bless each and every one of you folks out there. Other than that, this is GreyMan. I'll catch you guys on the rebound. And again, thank you so much for watching.